What's up, guys? Welcome to This Week in the NFL Week 3. We're going to be previewing the games, giving you some games of the week, college games of the week, and lastly, our betting picks. So we're just going to get right into it. The previous 2 weeks, we've picked every game the same but 2 games, and this week we picked every game the same but 3 games. So a little different. Last week, we both picked the Bengals to either win or lose, and this week we did the same thing. I have the Bengals beating the Bills. You have the Bills beating the Bengals.
Yep. I just like how Josh Allen looked last week. It was against the Giants defense, but
It was.
we'll see if he can continue to play well. He's looked good.
No, yeah, Josh Allen has looked good. The Bengals have also looked good. Andy Dalton, second in the league in passing yards, behind only Patrick Mahomes. So
This new look Andy Dalton's kind of.
would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
But speaking of quarterbacks, Drew Brees is out, and that is the other game we have separate is Seahawks, Saints. I chose the Seahawks. You chose the Saints. I'm obviously feeling pretty good about the Seahawk pick with Drew Brees not playing as compared to if he was playing.
Yeah, Drew Brees being out is completely ruining my predictions for the season so far.
Yeah, that's your MVP.
Yeah, that's my MVP right there.
That's your Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah. Sean Payton's pretty creative offensively. I think he'll find a way to, make Teddy feel comfortable. And he's not even a bad quarterback, in my opinion. He's really not.
No, and he's not.
And he played well when he came in,
Yeah. With a whole week to prepare, not playing the Rams, I do think he does a lot better this week, but I'll still take the Seahawks. And then the other game we have is Bears-Redskins. I have the Redskins at home, under the lights. I don't really think I wouldn't bet money on them to win this game, but I think that that they got a good chance to kind of surprise the Bears.
Yeah, they haven't looked good offensively at all. So if they can just handle Khalil Mack in the defense, I think that there's a legit chance that they can come out and win.
Yeah, if they can avoid turning the ball over and just setting them up easy, then they honestly might have a chance. But Mr. Trubinsky has to play better.
He does flat out.
That is he just has to play better. It's be kind of like everyone's kind of crapping on him, but he just needs to play better. And that's a fact.
It's bottom line, really.
I agree. So let's move to our games of the week now, and my first one is going to be Ravens-Chiefs. I'm super interested to see if the Lamar Jackson hype is real. He's played 2 of the worst teams in the league, but he's looked really, really, really good. Most quarterbacks when they play the Dolphins are still not going to do what he did to the Dolphins. You know what I mean? That was an amazing game. But now, first real test. Not like the Chiefs' defense is amazing or anything, so you might still have a good game even if they do lose. But, first real test. Probably 2 of the MVP frontrunners right now, I'd say.
Yeah.
Lamar's put himself in that conversation after these first 2 weeks.
Yeah, if he can get a win this week, I think honestly he might be the front runner.
Yeah.
If he plays well.
Yeah, especially if he actually outperforms Patrick Mahomes.
Oh yeah, definitely if he outperforms him.
That'll be something else. So I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, my first game of the week is Rams versus Browns. Obviously, this is a really good matchup. Both teams match up pretty well, in my opinion. I'll be really curious to see how Baker does. He struggled a little bit against the Titans' defense, which is a pretty good defense.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think LA is a little better defensively, so I'll be curious to see how they plan on stopping Aaron Donald.
Because their own line, the Browns' own line is one of their less good.
Got rid of Zeitler, shipped him off to New York. I don't know, first Sunday night game that I've seen him in forever, so that's also pretty exciting.
At a home.
Yeah, at home for sure. So all eyes are going to be on Cleveland all season. So
yeah,
it'll be a good one.
Big first game for them, or first big game for them.
Yeah.
And then my other game is a big game for both of these teams is going to be Texans at Chargers. They're both 1-1, and they're both teams that I thought would be make the playoffs, up in there in the playoff contention. But one of them's going to drop to 1-2, and obviously that's not where you want to be after 3 weeks. So it's kind of a big kind of a tone setter for either of them. Because Deshaun Watson and the Texans, they have these expectations. No Andrew Luck, they're supposed to win the South, and if they start out 1-2. They started out bad last year. They turned it around, obviously. So, I know they can do it, but it's just not where you want to be. And then same with the Chargers. They would lose 2 straight. It wouldn't be a good place for them to be at. They're at home this game. I think this one really could go either way.
I do too, especially if their punter's still kicking field goals for the Chargers. That was a huge reason, in my opinion, why they couldn't get it done against Detroit. 2 missed field goals, and then Phillip Rivers forced some throws at the end of the game to try and make up for something. So hopefully they can get it done.
Yeah. So they just didn't want to kick.
Yeah, no, not at
Phil
all.
was like, let's just go for the touchdown.
My other game of the week is Giants Buccaneers for my own selfish reasons. As a Giants fan, I'm super excited to see what Daniel Jones has with some meaningful snaps. It's been a good run, Eli. It's been a good run.
Yeah.
I think changes were needed. I'm kind of surprised with how early it was, though.
Yeah. No, I definitely did not see that coming.
I was expecting somewhere around the time when we're out of playoff contention, because I'm not. Sadly, I don't think we're going to be that good.
Fair.
So I was thinking, realistically, when we're out of playoff contention, they would make the switch. But I guess Pat Sherman was just ready to go.
Yeah. I guess they just didn't need to see any more Eli.
Yeah.
They're like, might as well get the young guy in there.
Mm-hmm.
But like, this is a game of 2 teams that I don't think are very good. That I don't think we're gonna make the playoffs or anything, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still gonna watch it, because
Mm-hmm.
it's like whenever there's a rookie QB, like I'm gonna watch Haskins debut as well.
Oh,
whoever they play or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
regardless, OSU.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna watch a rookie QB's first game. Like that's and so it's just exciting.
Yeah.
But guy who might be a rookie QB next year, Jake Fromm. My college game of the week is number 7 Notre Dame and number 3 Georgia. I think it's gonna be a great game. Obviously, when you got 2 teams ranked in the top 8 or so like that, there's a lot of NFL talent, a lot of guys that you're gonna see next year. Notre Dame is a really good guard, Tommy Kramer. Georgia obviously has Jake Fromm, DeAndre Swift, Richard LeCounte, I think is how you say it. He's a safety. They're just both teams really good, really talented. I think Georgia comes out on top. But it'll be a good game. I saw the spread, Georgia minus 14, kind of disrespectful to Notre Dame. I feel like
I agree.
But Notre Dame doesn't really. They haven't looked amazing against like.
Is that in Athens as well, or is that in Notre Dame?
It's down in Georgia.
Yeah. Oh, it's down in Georgia. Okay.
Yeah, it's down in Georgia. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it will be. My game of the week, Michigan and Shea Patterson go over to Madison, Wisconsin. I think this is going to be a really interesting game. Wisconsin's defense hasn't given up a point yet throughout their 2 games. Both teams are coming off a bye week as well, so they've had an extra week to prepare for each other. It'll be really interesting to see how Jonathan Taylor does against Michigan's defense, and I'll be equally as curious to see how Michigan's offense does against Wisconsin's defense, because Michigan's offense has been struggling so far this season. They had to go into double overtime with Army, barely getting out of that game.
Yeah, that's
so
not a good look.
Yeah, they're looking a little shaky. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Both of these teams' first real test of the season. Michigan hasn't really had a tough opponent yet, and they haven't looked very good.
Mm-hmm.
But Wisconsin hasn't had a tough opponent, and they've looked amazing.
Yeah.
Against the crappy opponents, it doesn't really
Mm-hmm.
it matters once you play your conference rival that's also ranked. This is a big game for Michigan and Shea Patterson.
Huge game.
If they lose this game, they were like everyone's like preseason darling. Like Michigan's gonna go to the playoff. This is their year.
Lock for Big Ten champs.
Yeah, but if they lose this game right off the bat early in the season, that people are not going to be happy in Ann Arbor.
I won't mind.
Yeah. Go Wisconsin this week.
Yeah.
All right, and then so for our 100% total locks of the week, last week I got burned betting against the Lions, but we're going back. Philadelphia -6 at home versus Detroit. They have to cover this.
Yeah.
The Lions. If the Lions are actually good, I'm gonna be kind of amazed because right now
same.
they're 0-1-1 or 1-0-1.
Yeah.
So if they win this game, 2-0-1, they're still undefeated. Which is the Lions. I don't think they're a bad team by any means, but
I think they'd be a surprise team for sure. That just adds even more competition to the NFC North.
Yeah, that would make 4 viable teams in the NFC North.
Yeah.
But I'm still not sold on the Lions yet. I think the Eagles get them, so see about that one.
My first lock of the week is Falcons going into Indianapolis +1.5. I think they looked really good against Philadelphia. Matt Ryan played really well, besides turning the ball over 3 times.
just besides
the turnovers. Julio looked good as well. Huge screen for a touchdown to win the game.
That was
last week. I think they can just go into Indy and get it done.
I haven't seen Julio fly like that in a while.
Yeah,
Where just,
he was
he's
moving.
just sprinting.
Mm-hmm.
But my other pick, I'm going a little bit of bias here. I'm going Steelers money line, plus 250, so pretty good odds on it. The spread was minus 6.5. I think even that's a little disrespectful, but I went all the way for the money line. As I said, I think in my lifetime, I don't think the Steelers have ever gone 0-3. I don't think they've ever started 0-3, and I don't think it's going to happen this year. It's Mason Rudolph is here. Obviously second year QB, but he's making his first start. I think the team has rallied behind him. I think they're excited about the Minkah Fitzpatrick trade. I think that kind of energized them. Like, listen, like the GM and the owners, they're not giving up on this year.
Yeah.
Like, just because Ben's out does not mean this is over. I think they get a little statement win. I don't know how good they'll be the entire year, but I think for this week, I think they go and they get this dub in San Fran.
I can definitely see that. My second total lock of the week is Packers against Denver. It's in Green Bay. Packers are minus 7.5. I'm taking the Packers. Packers offense has gotten better as the season's gone on. Granted, it's been 2 weeks. I don't think the Broncos look very good offensively with Joe Flacco.
He has to just kind of throw like a 3-pick game one of these weeks, right? Like the first 2
it's bound
games,
to happen.
he's kind of been like.
It
He's
could
kind
be
of
this
he's
week.
kind of being okay. Like, he hasn't looked bad yet.
It could definitely be this week. The Packers
Yeah.
defense looked much improved from last year. I think the biggest thing to focus on would be just handling the defensive line for Denver. I think if they can hold off Von Miller and Bradley Chubb and all them, I think Aaron Rodgers will be able to do the rest.
I'm definitely excited for that game. Chicago took down Denver last week, so I'd be feeling pretty good about that.
Oh yeah, being in Lambeau too, I think that just gives them even more an advantage.
I agree. All right, guys. Well, with that is our show. We'll be back next week with the recap. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. All those links are in the bio, and we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.